Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Cherry Bomb International 2024. My name's Nick DeShare and I'm joined by my good friend here, Jeff McMahon, in the booth. And boy, we are going to have some good matches here in Boca Raton, Florida today. Right now, what you guys are looking at, this is the Men's Pro Singles 501 event here with a first place prize of $420 for all you kids that know what that means. We're looking at a good one here. We got Jeff Roy and Hossie Hicks going on. Now, it is going to be that first of three legs, so it's going to be a pretty quick format. We're looking at the last 32. They started this event about 30 minutes ago, so mostly first and second round matches still going on at the moment here. But we're excited to be back. We were out here about 2 years ago with Will Stewart and myself, and last year was not able to make it out, but it's great to be back here in Florida, especially because I didn't have to fly somewhere for once. Pretty nice reprieve there. Jeff Roy to get a leg on the board was going for the 9 for double 8, taking a moment to recompose now. He's not happy with that one. Double 7 needed. Take a moment here, and he does attack right at it, and then leaves himself on 4 there. Hossie Hicks, of course, the owner of Dart Chat, so a guy we've seen in the hall quite a few times at different Florida tournaments for sure, and just really that southern region. Just low on that double there. These guys, we tuned in partially, but I was watching that first leg there, and they were actually kicking up the averages pretty high. They just been having a little bit of double trouble, but no double trouble on the double 2 there for Jeff Roy, making this a 1-all affair. But these guys averaging about the same right now, so it's about that going first advantage at the moment. See how Hossie Hicks sets the pace for this, right? That's really what it comes down to, and that first start's a good pace setter. Oh, is that in there? I think that might be the 140 to get things going. Yeah, it is. So, good way to kick things off. But Jeff Roy, one of those guys that I actually met here 2 years ago for the first time. And, you know, it's kind of weird seeing him with the hair tied back. I like it when he lets the locks loose. It really transpires into the dart game almost, it feels like. You know, the hair is flowing, the darts might be too. Of course, let us know where you're all tuning in from, where you're watching from, and who you're cheering for, who you want to see on stream. We got some big names in this dart hall for this pro bracket. I mean, we got PJ Stewart, we got Danny Baggish, Leonard Gates, Jason Brandon, Alex Spellman. I mean, there's some really good people here in this tournament. And let me tell you, it's going to be hard to pick a favorite here. If you guys want to follow the brackets, just go over to dartconnect.com. From there, you'll be able to go over to the Darts DC TV section, and you'll be able to select the Cherry Bomb International 2024 event. We're looking at the men's pro singles bracket. We will also be looking at the ladies pro singles as well, of course, at the discretion of the BCDA, Broward County Darting Association, and thank you for them for bringing us in. As we get our first 180 of the live stream from Hossie Hicks there, finding the max, and you can almost see the look of disgust there from Jeff Roy. He's like, really? Already? What's going on? Trying to fire one back. Does do a pretty good response, but just not quite enough to leave himself on a finish, so 6 darts for 60. Went real high on the first. But does course correct. It does it in 3 darts there, so 2-1 advantage, Hossie Hicks. Some good stuff indeed, and definitely picking up the standard and kind of throwing back to where he wanted to be at as far as an average standard there. Does look like our scoreboard froze here, so we're going to get that looked at in a quick second here. Of course, our first match, we actually did get a bonus match covered earlier as well for the USSDA finals. So we did get a good look there for that. So it was cool to see Alex Spellman and Jason Brandon playing it out on there. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on with our tablet. We'll get that one figured out. In the meantime, man, just look at that form from Hossie. You can see clear setup. And then he just brings it right back to the eye line and pushes right on through with it there. So pretty good form, all things considered. A lot of frustrations there. Jeff was only able to find those trip 5s with ease and not the right trips he did need. Don't know exactly where they're at in this game, of course. Again, for some reason that tablet didn't kick over. It could be a Wi-Fi related issue or something. You know, everything can work great in practice. The moment you go live, everything hits the fan. Jeff Roy's really not far off in this leg, though, and this is one of those turns where I say that, as he almost loads it up there, but usually when he finds one, his other dart's right there grouping with it. Oh, another maximum there. That one from Hossie. See the setup dirt there for Jeff. Trying to get himself back in the right range. Don't know. Again, we're doing that radio style baseball style commentary here. As you can see, Hossie, he just found a maximum, trying to get himself set up in range. Was going for the trip 14 there, and then onto the bull. Does leave himself at 25 though. So next turn, looking for more along the lines of 9 double 8. Although with Luke Littler nowadays, a lot of people have been doing that 5 double 10 route. It's getting real trendy with the kids. And Jeff Roy just doesn't quite get it there. Does he get it? Doesn't look like it. Might be in. Taking a quick moment here. That would mean that this is 2-2. So, yeah, it looks like that was in. He has a very thin point, so it's a little deceiving on the eyes there. See gentleman walking around in the background holding that match card. That's going to be John Beard. Of course, a local legend to the Florida darting community. If you played Seal Tip, you know who that man is, at least in the state of Florida. One bull found for Hossie. PDC-style diddle. And just outside there for Roy. Hossie Hicks will get the start in this last leg decider here. So excited to see how this one will transpire. Hossie just trying to get himself in the right range. Last one there. Looks like that is 100 to get things going. No, it is 60 in there. A little deceiving on that lie. Oh, but Jeff got to be careful. Yeah, he does go for the cover on the last. So you can tell those first two darts were just kind of magnetized to the wrong section. And he had to get him into a better position there. And there you see Hossie taking the cover shot there really early onto the 19s. Plenty of room on the left side of the bed. I'm kind of curious behind the decision there. But here we go. Do got our mans on the 1-2s. Jeff McMahon here helping us get set up with that. Unfortunately, it looks like that Dart Connect tablet just disconnected from the internet in the middle of the match. So we had to go for the other dummy scoreboard method here. So it took us a quick second, but just in time to get this last leg here. So here we go. Off to the races. And Jeff is just, that's a huge last start to help get him a chance back in the mix. But Hossie's has had way more clinical time on the scoring aspect of this game. He seems to be just hitting at least one treble a turn. This leg isn't as representative as some of his other ones, but he's averaging about that range. These guys are in the 71-80 average. Jeff here would need a max to leave himself at the 164. Or sorry, 144. Did switch down there. 1038 does put some pressure on Hossie to set himself up quite nicely. Curious how he sets up on this last start. Does go down to 19s for the 137. Big hit there.
Men's singles on board 13.
All Jeff Roy can do is hope for a little bit of assistance here from Hossie, as you kind of expect him to be able to get at least one, if not two darts after the double. Doesn't really put too much pressure on it there. Leaves him at 131. Those fun combination finishes, but it might be a moot point here. Double 16 for the match. Hossie Hicks. Post that on Dart Chat. Look at that one as he gets his hands up. Two maximums there for Hossie Hicks. Some good shooting there. Jeff Roy doing a valiant effort and fighting along to try to get it going. You can kind of see he wanted a little bit more, but also had all the respect for his buddy there on the dartboard. So some good stuff indeed. So, alrighty guys, well, we'll be bringing you plenty of action here of the Cherry Bomb International. That's just a taste of what is to come, and there's going to be some great matches to come indeed. Don't go far, folks. I'm Nick Teixeira, joined by Jeff McMahon on the controls. We'll be back in just a moment's time.
Humphries is the greatest darting force on the planet. Bullseye. Oh, we got one. The fish has been landed. We know he's too good. The world #1, world champion. Incredible stuff.
Let me tell you
On
about
board
A to Z
20,
Darts.
Alex
We're a
Spellman
specialty
against
dart
Norman
store
Madu.
with over
Norman and
10,000
Alex
different
on board
products.
20.
We create in-depth videos and blogs to
On
help
board
improve
number
your
1,
game and
Soldier
showcase our
against
products.
Brandon
We give helpful
Mosley.
advice on how to
Brandon and
practice
Soldier,
darts,
you're up
the
on board
fundamentals
1.
of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting.
Luke Humphries is the greatest darting force on the planet. Bullseye. Oh, we got one. The fish has been landed. We know he's too good. The world #1, world champion. Incredible stuff.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics,
And
practice
singles on
routines,
board
scoring
2,
and
Mike
grouping,
Reed
checkout
against
methods, cricket
Dopey.
strategy, and
Dopey
much
and
more.
Mike, you're up
Visit
on board 2.
a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media at AZDarts today.
This game is going to be key. You can tell by the way they're scoring. There may be nothing in it. One man misses. Does the other man count? Yes! Double 12! That is the most amazing advance you will ever see in your life. I can't stop. Double 12 and the 9 Dark King lands alone. Covered by Team Michael. Double 12 back going. Michael back goes. Luke Humphries. The ascension is complete. Incredible stuff. The world #1 is world champion.
Here we go. Another great match here going on. We got Brandon Mosley and Leonard Gates on our stream board here. And boy, we're in for a delight as Leonard Gates making the trip out here. No stranger to some of the Florida tournaments and no stranger to hitting some dynamite there as he goes ahead and loads it up for us with a 180 as I commentate his first 3 darts. We're spoiled with 3 already, by the way. It's been 2 matches. So pretty good stuff there. I'm Nick Teixeira, joined by Jeff McMahon on the 1s and 2s. We are live from Boca Raton, Florida for this one. So Leonard's going low on that first start, but with Mosley being back at 347, has time to tee up, gets all the way down to 96, so good 2-dart checkout range. You know, Mosley's going to have to find the most with this turn. He has to try to get himself back in range. Every leg does matter when you're talking about a race to 3 format, right? It's something that you're always going to be keeping in mind. And so you don't want to give anybody, especially a seasoned pro like Leonard Gates, any edge you can. And the best way you can do anything is just get a jump early on and try your best to really apply pressure where you can. And almost getting that double 8 there, but leaving himself on 16. So teed up, or single 8, excuse me, did have 16 before he went inside. Hi guys, longtime commentator, first time speaking out louder apparently. I'm struggling there. So yeah, no pressure there from Mosley for Gates. So Gates will get 3 clear here.
Men's singles
And does
on board
get
9.
it on the first start there. So leg number 1 going to the soldier, Leonard Gates. Averaging pretty well. 115, pretty pedestrian average, I would say, for leg number 1. Jokes aside, here we go to leg number 2. Brandon Mosley, gentlemen, I don't know admittedly as much as about, but someone's name that I am familiar with. Have seen him around these parts before, and I had definitely seen him playing in some of these steel tip events. Admittedly, I'm normally the soft tip guy, but I'm also the guy that lives in Florida, which is why they brought me back over here. And of course, gracious for the BCDA to bring us back over here. See, Mosley, he kind of, and the camera angle is a little deceiving, but he actually does kind of hold that dart pretty much parallel to his head versus the side there. So, you know, it's pretty interesting to see it kind of being held a little bit far out. Gates also does the same thing. He's one of those classic, he draws back almost to a shoulder line there. But he's pretty consistent with the way he does it. I mean, obviously, it has to be if you're Leonard Gates and you play as much as you do, right? Tyler Little in the chat saying, you versus the board, Brandon, let's go. And that's exactly right. And that's the mentality. It doesn't matter who you're playing against because it's good to know, yes, when you're playing a big name like LG or somebody, you're obviously going to play tight. You're going to be a little bit like conscientious of the fact that you're going against a heavy hitter. But it's also good to play against you in the board mentality to help sell yourself in against them. Or even if you're going against a player that you feel like you might have them covered, you know, maybe a newer player or an amateur player, it's still good to have that you versus the board mentality. Because if you don't, it's easy to kind of get focus lost in the game, try to let things get slipped out of control a little bit. So it's always one of those things that's important to note as they have a little bit of a laugh over there at the board. Gates just getting in range of setup. Again, admittedly not getting pressed too much here for either side, but definitely a regression here for Leonard. And if I'm Brandon, I'm taking full advantage of this opportunity, right? I'm going to try to get myself settled, relaxed, and try to adapt to the circumstance of which I'm given here. Not going to be able to leave a finish, but that last start does help quite a lot there with
Men's
81
singles
scored.
on board 18, James Ammerman against Chris Wilkinson.
But Gates
Chris and James
on the
are
coattails.
13.
Does find a ton to close the gap. Mosley with the throw, though, so still in control of this leg so far. Needs to leave it out here, and that's going to be one of these turns where it's the most crucial. And you'll see players that are on the fringe of really making that jump and going to that next echelon is when you're at that low 200s range, can you actually tee yourself up pretty consistently? Because I would wager $100 that Leonard Gates leaves himself an out here. I lost $100, guys. That was crazy fast. That was the worst jinx I've done in a while. My apologies. Brandon Mosley, 134 for the shot. It is on, 74 remaining. Oh, and that's unlucky there. Looks like it hit right on the wire. Bouncing out there, so Gates has a little bit of reprieve. He can go ahead and put some pressure on this 56. Brandon's definitely looking more and more loose as this game has continued, though. That's a big shot there from Gator. 131 on the score to leave himself at 50. 16 for double tops the shot. Double top, Brandon Mosley. Needs to work his way in. A little nervy on that dart. And just pulls it down. Not going to be happy with the execution here, Gator. 18 for double 16 or 10 for tops. Over to double 16. And pops it in 2 there. And yeah, that's about one of the situations there for Brandon where he knows, okay, you know, I had 2 clear to double and it didn't go my way. But you also can't focus on that. You can't harp on it. Yeah, you have to break the throw of Leonard Gates here, and it's going to be a tall task. But you still have to do it if you want your tournament life to continue. And that's just how you have to see it in a more pragmatic, serious way.
Men's singles
Brandon
on board
starts there, kind of
16,
kicking up his flights a little bit. I almost wonder if that's the reason why his second 2 darts kind of went as high as they did on him. Gates can work around that dart if he really wants to. Maybe use it as a backboard. And yeah, you can see he moved over and then kind of threw at his dart there, trying to get a deflection in. Does find 100 there, so pretty consistent scoring. Gates is doing pretty standard stuff here in leg number 3, and Brandon's going to need to find a little bit of fire here. That could help. Last one, just, again, losing a little bit of focus there, but pretty good 81 score. Gates kind of trying to get himself hyped up there. You can tell he's not feeling too fiery yet, although I say that he threw a 115 average in that first leg. Going to be staying there. Does find 100, so these guys are neck and neck in this leg here, but of course advantage to the man going first. Yeah, Gates had to resettle himself. Ton here does leave a finish. The big red piece, please. Not quite, though, so Gates, let's see what he's able to do at 214 to set himself up here. He's double checking to see if that first one's in. And does end up getting 100 in there. So that will do more than enough to be able to give himself first look at and out. See how Brandon sets himself up here. Needs to stay true. Does go down for the cover. And that will do just fine for him. 56 scored there. We'll leave him a finish, and that is the main goal of that turn. But it almost feels like it has to go right here. Brandon Mosley, 144, tall task, tall order. Can it be filled? Trip 20 for double 12.
On board 36 for a top 8 match.
Going the 18s route. Oh my goodness, it's on. Oh, he really wanted that one to go too. That was a good look at it. Got to give him credit. But Gates not wasting any time on his doubles, being pretty efficient there with all of his doubles. Every 2 dart finish taken out in 2. The 1 dart finish taken out in 1. Brandon Mosley not going to be happy with the game he had there, but you know he had more in the tank, and that's okay. It's just event 1 of what's going to be a long, fun-filled weekend here in Boca Raton, Florida. We're going to be making sure that next match gets over here in quick double-time fashion. So don't go far, folks. I am Nick DeShera, joined by Jeff McMahon on the 1s and 2s, and we'll be back at the action in just a moment's time.
Second call, men's singles on board 9. We're looking for Nelson Loming. Nelson, second call, board number 9. If you know Nelson, if you could find him, that would be great.
You if we dance in the blizzard, we are not getting cold. So keep on dancing, baby. Baby. Baby.
Ladies singles on board number 1. We changed the board, but it's Jewel against Brittany, top 8 match. Brittany Trump and Jewel Cameron, you're up on board number 1.
I know the feeling, it's traumatizing. I fall apart piece by piece. No superheroes, no silver linings. Just keep on moving to the beat. Paralyzing every part. You feel it taking over you. To the center of your core. The lies are getting overused. When you are under the weather, getting caught in the storm.
Men's singles on board 14, Kevin Luke and Chris Ventura. Top 16 match. Kevin and Chris, you're on board 14. On board 22, Soldier against John Beard. JB and Soldier, board 22, top 16 match.
Alrighty, here we go, and ready for some more action here on the dartboard. Looks like we got a ladies top 8 match going on over here. So excited to get that good spread of the ladies and of the men on the dartboard here, as this should be a pretty fun one to take a look at here. We're going to get things going in true fashion here in Boca Raton, Florida for the Cherry Bomb International 2024. So this is going to be that ladies pro singles bracket, so it's going to have a pretty decent spread of ladies in here, and it looks like now they are underway with the diddle here outside on the bull. Let's see what they got here for us. And that's going to be Jewel Cameron there. Does go far to the right, so we'll not get to the diddle here unless unless they're going to do it. It might be PDC rules for the ladies as well, for if it's in its end. I'm not sure. No, it doesn't look like it. Brittany Trooper to start us off here. I always mess up her last name, but Brittany, great to see you again on the live stream. Here we go, getting things going off in true style here. Brittany starting off with a 60 to get things going. And with these ladies here, I mean, this is a top 8 position, so you're just a couple ones away from making your finals appearance. You just want to make sure you're playing nice and steady darts and trying to just take your time with every one of those throws and be tactful with your execution and everything. And that's what they're going to be trying to do here. Excited to be having a good mix of the men and the ladies here. Always like to have the ladies on the live stream because, let's be honest, Florida and all these other states argue about who's the best dart state, and you know, with the men's side you can go a couple different directions, but I will always say the Florida ladies do it best on the dartboard. The Jewel there just going to be trying to go on those 19s, not feeling confident in the upstairs, or maybe it's just one of those players that prefers the bottom of the board. I have seen Brittany play quite a few times, but I haven't actually seen Jewel play before. I do know that there was a lot of players traveling from all over to make it to this event. Of course, therefore the name International, right? Almost makes a little too much sense. Last one kind of gets away from her, but hits the bonus money. If you're going to miss by 2. Brittany's still in control of this leg, though. Let us know who you're cheering for, who you got in this one, and who you're watching along for all day today, as we're going to be bringing coverage until the ladies and the men's pro brackets finish out. Allie in the chat saying, I have to agree about the Florida ladies. Queen of the Hill was insane talent. Talking about the Queen of the Hill and King of the Hill tournaments that were over there at the King Seats Bar and Grill in Holiday, Florida. Let me tell you, absolutely, there's some great talent out here. I mean, you know, in the background you can see Sandy Hudson's playing back there against Paula Murphy. You have so many talented ladies in this room, and then also just across the state. Super exciting to see, and I will always be a fan of the ladies game. I mean, I grew up, you know, playing darts around a lot of very talented ladies: Meredith McGee, Chrissy Grimble, Kelly Mears, all those girls alike. Got Ed Chambers in chat saying, "What is it? It is what it is. And that's what it is." And a little saying, "Falling for Paula." Well, that's fair. Who isn't? Jewel here does get a shot for 170. Not going to go. But is kind of making her way back into this leg where it was almost a 100-point spread in Brittany's favor for a bit there. All right, Ed's saying he'll come see us tomorrow. Well, don't worry. Storage unit number 4 is actually looking pretty sharp for our streaming room. They do got us in the dungeon again, as that's a huge last start there for Brittany. Big find on the 128. Yeah, we're in the same storage closet that's all too familiar from 2 years ago, and the ones I heard those East Coast streaming guys talking about last year. Yeah, it's always fun to be out here, though. It's actually a nice little private area, all things considered. Deciding where she wants to go on this last start here. Only 13 scored. Needs to find, hopefully, a scoring treble there. Does not get it, though. So no pressure on the 24. Got 3 clear for the double. Brittany goes over a little bit extra credit. But that's not the worst case scenario. I mean, it depends if you want to shoot right at the 14. She is. And that's the worst thing you can possibly do on that last dart is hit that big old single. Almost would have preferred to see a split there, but of course, 117 can always go. You don't want to discount your opponent, especially if you're not as familiar with them and what they can do. Let me tell you, any of these girls can turn it on at any moment. So now it's going to be 3 for double 2 is going to be the setup.
Yeah, I blanked. My head went, what? Double?
Chalker there took an extra moment to check on the math. Brittany was not able to set herself up, though, so 71 does have a chance, and a very viable chance at that. Taking that moment here to decide how she's going to approach this route. 19 there. 52 left, 12 for tops. Going 20 for double 16. And does pop it there. 71 goes for Jewel Cameron. And Brittany's going to feel like she gave away a leg that she felt like she was in contention for. See how she's able to adjust here. Jewel will get the start in the second leg here. And let's see if she can ride the momentum out too. Sometimes it's just that first leg blues, especially on the streaming board. Let me tell you, while we were setting up today, I had some games on the streaming board just playing for fun, and while we were adjusting the camera and getting everything set in place, and it was UGLY, and I really didn't have an alibi. 100 there to get Brittany going, and yeah, I kind of figured with just her style of throw and that the incredible like force that she throws with the dart, you kind of expect her to come out a little fiery here in the second leg.
Men's singles.
100 scored there.
Match on board 24.
She said, I could score 100. I only need 2 darts to do it. Good shot there from Jewel.
You're on board 24 for a top 16 match.
Shiloh Evans saying, what country is Jewel from? I do know we have a couple players playing from the Caribbean area and stuff like that, a couple of other places over there. So I would have to double check because I do know she has the international flag on Dart Connect. So would have to double check there. I will see, and if I get an answer, of course, if you guys know in chat, let us know. Good last start there from Brittany. Some pretty solid scoring on and out after 9. Definitely picking up the standard here, but Jewel has been doing a good job of raising her own standard too. For her, with Jewel, what we've seen is that 2 of those darts go pretty much dang near where she wants it, and then one of those darts kind of just escaping just a little bit there. You can see big deep breath and good job trying to regroup. Fortunately, 13 there, not going to be the ideal turn, but no immediate pressure. It could face a lot of pressure, though, if Jewel ends up hitting a ton plus here. Mason Sasser in the chat here. Great to see you tuning in, buddy. Do you see a lot of people from your neck of the woods kind of coming over here for Cherry Bomb? But I know you're a soft tip guy. You're too afraid of the steel tip board. You wouldn't be on these boards, right? There's no way. Good last start there from Cameron. $80 scored there. 68 left. Does stay on to leave 8. What a 140 there. Big shot there by Brittany. And you can tell, like I said, she's going to be a little bit more fired up in this leg. She's going to feel like she didn't show her best stuff in the last, especially, I would say almost a case of not even losing focus, but maybe just trying to get settled in would probably be where I would classify something like that. Double 4 will be the shot. Working her way in. Goes high. She says Brittany to herself in a form of disgust almost. No disgust needed, but unless this 146 goes, then plenty disgust needed. Well, not, but you never know with the doubles here. You always have to just try to stay focused on continuing to set yourself up, and that's what Jewel seems to be doing, and does do so, in fact. Great shot there. 84 on the score. Working her way in again. Goes on double 2 and does bink it on the last dart there. Was getting a little bit more dramatic fashion than Brittany would have preferred in a leg again, where she felt like she was pretty much in the driver's seat. But That's the one thing is if Jewel can hit some efficient outs, the scoring power is only gets you so far. But Brittany there, if she can get both aspects of her game firing up together, then she'll be more than fine. I do want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in for this one. We're excited to be bringing you coverage of it, and I hope to see where you guys are from and hear who you guys are cheering for, and of course chat with you guys along as if you can't tell, Jeff, he's been talking this whole time. I just purposely muted his microphone.
On board number 5, another top 16 match.
Take an extra moment to check the equipment and recompose herself here.
Archer and Danny are on board number 5.
Another lax turn there from Jewel. That standard of scoring that you expect to see from the ladies. Of course, these ladies can play with the best of them, so I will never say the standard should be lower than any other means. But, I mean, your goal is just to consistently apply pressure and as far as getting to those, 18 to 24 dart range. You want to be somewhere within those 9 darts for these ladies is kind of the target line. Anything else you hit is going to put a lot of pressure on the other ladies you're going against. Harry Carter saying, glad to see some cherry bomb action. Thanks, USA Darts. Thank you, Harry Carter, for tuning in. Brittany not going to be happy with that, or is going to be pretty happy with her position. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Our wind-up lights I completely lost my focus there for a second. Do apologize, guys. First-time streamer. Brittany here at the 221 range, and again, she just has to hold her throw here to get that match point advantage. Corey Turner saying, how's it going, everyone? Hello from Newfoundland. Well, welcome in, Corey. Thank you for tuning in with us. Brittany not on a finish. Jewel, if she hits 100 here, she will be on a finish. Big trip on the last. Doesn't go quite yet, but gets herself within striking distance to try to potentially sneak in for some double trouble action. Again, that's what happened that first leg. Brittany having some double trouble, and Jewel hit a nice combo finish. Do you see Will the Thrill Stewart tuning in? Saying Newfoundland, LOL, good one. Joke's on you, I'm illiterate. It doesn't matter how it's supposed to be pronounced. I went to school in Florida. That's why I'm streaming Cherry Bomb and not being a lawyer. 72 does get the look and doesn't quite go yet, but some good shooting there from Brittany. And she can tell she psyched out the chalker a little bit there. They were like, hold on, wait a second, because she was ready to pounce on that out. 144 now. We did see the 144 already almost go by Brittany in that first leg. Double six will be the look here for a 2-1 advantage. Now down to the bottom. Needs to work her way up, but got to be careful, and that's okay. I think that's the best case scenario, and I almost would argue just to split. I hate double three with a burning passion, and I would have argued for a potential split to go over to the 2-2-2. Let's see here, 102 remaining. Yeah, it doesn't get it going there for Jewel. There's here for Brittany. Either play this aggressive or you split it. She goes ahead and plays it aggressive and finds it dead center there. Beautiful dart from Brittany. Yeah, just right in the dead center there, exactly where you want it. Looks like they're taking a quick moment, having a quick sidebar real quick before continuing with this next leg here. 2-1 advantage. Jewel will get the throw here. She needs to find this hole to throw to get them to a last leg decider here. Race to 3, top 8 ladies match. let me tell you, we've already gotten some good stuff on our stream here. We've already gotten 3 180s on the live stream, 2 by Hossie Hicks, 1 by Leonard Gates. On top of that, we got the USSDA finals recorded earlier, as they were actually ready a little bit earlier than we expected. But I did get on the mic and call Alex Spellman versus Jason Brandon. And let me tell you guys, it's a good one. I already saw Alex Spellman share the USSDA post out there saying you guys need to watch this one when it comes out on USA Darts, and I agree. That was absolutely some of the most insane cricket I've seen on the steel tip board since the last time I commentated steel tip, where Stowe Buns played a near perfect game with 1 missed dart. So it was some pretty crazy stuff going on in that match. I'm looking forward to sharing that one out on the internets for all of you. Internets being plural because who knows, maybe there's more than one internet. Not too much of a separation at this given moment here. Both these ladies within 1 big turn of each other. And you've seen that a couple times with Jewel, where she either drags her dart and holds it a little bit too long and it goes out of the board on the bottom end, or releases a little bit early and goes out on the high end. But she's able to just re-dial in so quickly after that dart. Like, for a lot of players, they struggle with the breaking focus. Especially if you have a dart miss in a fashion of which you were not expecting. She is really good at just keeping that clear mental state, and that's something I have to respect here from Cameron. Just 20 there from Jewel. Not going to be happy with the visit. Brittany's going to be happy with this one, though. Oh, last one got a little excited. She even was kind of laughing at herself there for throwing that last one a little too fast. But, hey, a 1-2-1 there. Pretty good a throw if you ask me. And unfortunately, nowhere near for Cameron.
Hey everyone, if you ordered
Brittany's
a
in a
cherry
good
coke,
spot here to be able to get this set
out
up,
in
even
the
if it
hallway
doesn't
next
go.
to
But
the
it could just
fridge.
go. It could just go. Double 19 does take out the 155 there. What a shot from Brittany. Oh, my goodness. And you can see Jules giving her nothing but love. That's a lot of respect. Oh, my goodness. What a juicer that one was as it goes right in there. And you can see that celebration, too. What a big hit for the match win. Oh, my goodness. Ashley Ritchie giving a hug in there as well. Well, guys, we're going to be continuing to bring you coverage of the Cherry Bomb International in Boca Raton, Florida. My name is Nick Teixeira. Jeff McVan on the controls. We'll be back with the next match here in just a moment's time.
Luke Humphries is the greatest darting force on the planet. Bullseye. Oh, we got one. Fish has been landed. We know he's too good. The world #1, world champion. Incredible stuff.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years, and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media at azdarts today.
I'm ready.
It's going to be key. You can tell by the way they're scoring. There may be nothing in it. One man misses, does the other man
Ladies singles, top 4 match. Ladies, this is going to be best of 7. We got Brittany Trumper and Tammy Dauber. Tammy and Brittany are on board 14. Top 4 match, best of 7. Men's singles, board number 1, top 8 match, TB against Soldier. Soldier and TB, you're up on board number 1, top 8 match. Men's singles on board 7. Top 16 match, Bo Brown and Nelson Browning.
Here we go for another good matchup here. Continuing along with some great darts, and we just saw some great ones from the ladies there. Quarterfinal matchup, top 8, Dave Blylock versus Leonard Gates for this one. And Leonard Gates Starting us off pretty dang good right there. Let's go ahead and get things going there with a 121. My name's Nick DeShare, joined by Jeff McMahon here in the booth for the Cherry Bomb International in Boca Raton, Florida. Now, I do want to answer. I did went out there and talk afterwards with Brittany and Jewel. And Jewel's like, I'm just glad I finally, Jewel said, I first off asked, hey, you know, where are you from? I didn't have your country on Dart Connect. She's like, oh, I'm from the country of Miami. So she's right down the road, a couple hours from here, but not too far away. So actually a Floridian at the end of the day there. And then I talked to Brittany after. Her 155 match winner dart was just massive. And she was like, yeah, I told all my friends right before that I was going to be on the stream board. And then I hit that and I'm pretty happy and finally did some good on the stream. And I was like, it's just the start of the weekend. You're already doing good stuff on the stream. Troy saying, don't forget to wind the timer. Don't worry. We know our lights are ticking in the background. Do appreciate that, though. Great to see you in here. Gates still so far in control of this one. No potential for David to be able to leave it out from this position. Trying to get himself in range, but Gates is definitely in pole position for leg number 1 here. Looking to set himself up for a great tee shot. Going to try to leave about 80. A little bit more awkward now. Does go ahead and throw it in there. You can still see he's using those famous adagrams on the back of his darts, something that once Will Stewart pointed out to me, it's totally changed my perception of these different dart barrels. It's so fascinating to see that. Of course, rocking those Winmore barrels for Leonard Gates. 120 is the look here. Shanghai. Now onto the trip. A little bit high. He has to move over. Does find it dead center. Double top. Doesn't go quite yet, but he'll get another chance on his next go here. Blylock needs a hope for some double trouble and to try to get himself on and out here. If he doesn't leave himself on and out, this leg will be set and done for. One more good dart here can help, though. And that does help. 125 scored. Getting himself within range. Of course, that only implies if Leonard Gates does not take this out, and he plans to. Good marker dart on the first. Let's go try to move over, take advantage of it. Doesn't work. Has to go down to the double 10. Does go on the last, though, for number 3. See him holding it up back there. So he will get to that first game underway for himself there for LG, the Soldier. Blylock here, again, no cause for concern. He does get the throw in this leg, and he seems a lot more settled by the end of that leg. In fact, I would say he's probably settled the whole time. You know, Troy saying, I know, I was there last year. Yeah, no, it was good to see you guys still had the feed going up here last year for the East Coast streaming. I do have a big shout out to you guys over there. 2 years ago we were here. East Coast did it last year. We're back over here. Maybe we'll do like a dual parenting type thing. Who knows? Where we'll take turns every other year. 41 there for Dave. Not going to be too happy with the turn there. He really kind of wanted to punish Gates' lax open. Because Gates doesn't say gone for long. 140 there. Great shot from LG. Blylock just going to continue to try to attack away here. Try to defend his throw because now it is under attack. And effectively relinquished. Leonard Gates here will be starting just a little bit behind where Dave currently is at. Last dart here does matter, and it does get found. 95 on the score there. Good tee-up range for himself. Blylock here is going to be looking for a 140. Use that dart. Oh, but it kicks it to the left. Yeah, I was looking for the 140 to leave 140. Goes down the last start there, finding the single 3. Wanted a little bit more juice on it, but it will do the job for Leonard Gates. 128 setup. Can be under some pressure here, especially if you look for, again, if you're Dave, you're looking for about a ton here. Anything else is extra credit on the assignment. Last one might be in there. You can see LG kind of taking a look. Yeah, does leave the 120 Shanghai, so 128 under pressure. 18's first. Good to find there. See where he goes on a second here. Went over to the trip 14 to leave 32. I do like the little grunt he made by the board mic over there. He was a little frustrated with that last one, so he's just going to have to tee up here, which means a shot will be on the line here for David to get the first leg on the board and to hold his throw. Just needs to be tactful with it. Setting himself up. Needs to settle that second dart in. Doesn't quite do so, but that was a well-thrown dart. Stays on there to leave himself at 20. 32 is the look here for LG. Does get it into. And that's the thing with Leonard Gates is you might get a shot against him, but it might be the only shot you get against him here. And you can tell he's starting to feel it a little bit. Gives a little mini fist pump there before just going back into the motions. And now he's a hole to throw away from a 3 straight win to go into the top 4 here. Let me tell you, this pro bracket is tough. And you might say, well, what does tough mean? It means it's tough. Trevor Washburn in the chat saying, let's go, soldier. Leonard Gates just keeping with some pretty consistent scoring right now. With his own throw, back-to-back 100s there, puts all the pressure on Blylock. LG is going to try to leave a shot here. Will not be able to do so, but again, no immediate pressure. If he keeps up with this consistency in his scoring, that's his first little reprieve he's given David. But David's going to have to capitalize on one of these things. It's not only to hit the big shot here, but to hit back-to-back big shots to get himself to that range for an out. And that will not suffice. Leonard Gates there does leave himself on a finish, though. 100 for the 158. The 158 doesn't even necessarily have to be a straight shot at it. Of course, he's going to take that look. Gates taking another look. He's like, wait a second. Does have to correct there. And not going to be happy with that turn. Definitely a lax visit, but unfortunately, David's just not really in a position to punish. Gates here does start the bull here. Trip 20 for a double bull. That worked just fine, though. 65 scored. Again, David not being on a finish. It's just Gates chucking away. He is getting a little close for comfort in a leg where he was well out in front. I mean, David has not thrown to a standard of which we would expect him to be at, but he can definitely hang. And, you know, he's one of those guys that will always do some of those runs in tournaments where you're like, oh, man, he's sneaking up on everybody today. 20 for double 16. Does go there. So some efficiency on the checkouts and a 3-0 win for Leonard Gates here over David Blylock. Oh, my goodness. Hi, guys. First-time commentator here. Looking forward to continuing to see how this match and tournament develops as we are now into that top 4 section, it looks like, for the guys over there with those last couple ones currently playing as well. So excited to continue to see how this develops. I do know we have some good matches coming our way. Like I said, star-studded bracket and some subpar commentary. More to be had here in Boca Raton, Florida. My name is Nick Teixeira, joined by Jeff McMahon on the ones and twos. We'll be back in just a moment's time.
Men's singles, top 4 match on board number 1. Kevin Luke and Alex Lemon. Alex Kevin, you're on board number 1. This is best of 9.
All righty, everyone, and here we go for another great matchup here in Boca Raton, Florida for the Cherry Bomb International. My name is Nick Teixeira, and joined by the one, the only, the thrill, the Will Stewart in the commentary booth here. Will, how you doing, buddy?
The title. Get out of here, Jeff. You guys are ridiculous. What's going on, everyone? Joining you from the comfort of my home this weekend, but still glad to be joining you nonetheless.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one here that we're looking at. Alex Spellman, Kevin Luke. I mean, this is no slack of a match. A semifinal. On the other end, I believe you have Leonard Gates still duking it out in there, and then you also have Leonard Gates versus either Danny Baggish or.
Can I stop? Can I stop you there real
You
quick?
can stop me wherever.
108. Sorry, I had to.
No. Listen. If there's a 180, you just tell me to shut up, Nick. I'm trying to call some good darts.
Oh man, yeah. So we still got some great competitors in here, but yeah, this one's going to be a doozy. I mean, Alex is just coming off of a great performance in his last round. What did he shoot here? He threw a 92.44 against Hazy Hicks and a 3-1 win there. Kevin throwing an 84.17 against Levi Cransel, winning that one 3-1. And then Leonard Gates beat Dave 80.52. We saw that one on the stream as well. So just waiting on our last competitor to join in on the mix.
Well, right now, Kevin Luke definitely off the margins in this first leg here. He's going to want to try to do a course correct. It is a format change in the semifinal, so important to note it's a first to 5 instead of first to 3 legs. So we get a nice, more extended format here as Spellman gets it done in 2 for leg number 1.
No messing around. A 14 dart leg there. That is nice.
Yeah,
like the transition there, Jeff. Good stuff.
Yeah, Kevin Luke here, going to have to bounce back quickly, and that's a good start to doing so. 1-3-7 to get things going, and I mean, let's be honest. Alex Spellman in the last couple of years has dominated the conversation as one of North America's best, but Kevin Luke has always been one of those guys that is in that top of the contention there for one of these top tier players.
Yeah, he's all over the place, man. We just saw him on the he played in the WCS on Monday night with Carolina over there at he was in the same bar that we streamed at. And then he makes his rounds around the country week to week. You never know where he's going to pop up and play. He doesn't care about the distance. He makes the trek nonetheless, and he always performs well. He always seems to at least get in there. If it's a blind draw win or singles title, he always gets in the mix on at least one event.
Certainly, and Will, this is going to blow your mind. He's playing on USA Darts on Monday for the WCS, and he has a 6 a.m. flight here on Monday to try to make that match. So he has a long day of darts ahead of him for the weekend and Monday.
Let's just be honest. Let's just hope that Kevin makes all those flights to make it happen. let's just keep it real here. Let's just keep it real.
Oh, keeping it 55th Street. Love it here is Alex Spellman trying to get himself set up. Will be able to get himself set up, but how kindly will it be? That'll do just fine.
It'll be a nice 1-2-2. Up to Kevin to take this out, or will Danny get the chance? He's going to get the opportunity, and anytime he gets just over that ton-plus range, it's scary. He could definitely take this out for another 15 or less.
Trip 18 for the bullseye.
Can use that dart. Can use that dart. Is it in? It is. Ooh.
He wanted that one to go. Let me tell you
Danny Baggish taking on Bo Brown in the other top 8 match.
Let's see, Kevin Luke giving us a little bit of stuff there, a little fist pump. He knew that leg was important. He had to hold the throw because once you get that first break, it's really that first sign of blood being drawn.
Yeah, look at Alex almost throwing in his second 180 for the match. But yeah, needed to be done there. He didn't want to give 3 extra darts in Alex's favor. I think Alex is definitely 18 or less. You got to do him there, or else you're not going to have a chance. And most of the time, it's 15 or less.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk with Alex after his USSDA win earlier today, and he's told me, he's like, I'm feeling good right now. Like, I'm feeling how I felt leading up to Q School. I'm feeling how I felt leading up to the US Masters. Like, those darts that were right before, and so far he's been able to execute on them pretty much, I would almost wager to say effortlessly today.
Oh, he's in the triple 20 bet again. Look at him go here. Is he going down or staying there? Yeah, it's going down to the 51 for a nice 171. Kevin gave him a little smirk there. Will he go? He might go for this. He might go for the bull just,
I hope
just
he
for
does.
kicks and giggles.
Give us the stuff. Oh, he did go for it.
I was like, why not? Look where Kevin is. Look where you're at. Why not go ahead and give it a go?
And he still set up kindly on 8 there, and Kevin needs to leave himself a finish on this go on the off chance Alex does miss 3 clear. You don't expect him to, but anything's possible, but no pressure here. Alex Spellman, double 4 for a 2-1 lead.
Plenty of time. Go ahead and put this in. Another 14 dart leg. Yep.
So, well, let me ask you this, right? I mean, you're so used to when we're doing these events being here in person. How's it feel to kind of have that at-home commentary pajama pants feel?
You know, it feels like I'm doing the CSE or WCS, honestly, but a little longer stint maybe. No, it's just nice. I mean, taking a couple months off, it was needed, I think, to kind of refresh, but also get some family time in. We're going to go out and enjoy Branson this weekend, so that should be fun. But also, it's nice to see you guys going out and doing an event, you and Jeff. I know that Jeff's mainly done the CDC events and has done some of his own streaming as well as the Syracuse Open for us. But good to see him out and about, and hopefully he can do more for us down the road.
Yeah, everyone that's looking around for Will and Sean, don't worry, the B team is here in person.
Shoot, you guys may be the A team before we know it. I'm telling you, you guys are talented. Both of you guys are talented. So the future of darts is really bright here from the production standpoint.
Oh,
Look
you
at
butter
this.
my
Look
biscuits,
at
Alex
this.
Spellman. Finding all 3 for the 171. He is unconscious right now. This is kind of dirty.
Alex, if you got me so flustered, if you ever ask me to butter your biscuits again, sir, I swear. 97 for Alex here. He'll put this away. 2 darts for an 11 darter.
For a 12 darter. Oh, clicking right on that wire. Wow,
But
what
look-
a
Kevin's right behind him here with 92 remaining. I mean, he can definitely take this out. Keep
And
himself in this for 2-2.
and it won't go there, and you can kind of tell how frustrated he was after the second dart. And it would have felt like a break, even though it would have been a hold. Finish line not crossed yet for this leg, though. Spellman needs it and does find it there. So a 3-1 advantage in the first break of the match here. So we're going to be going in to leg number 5 here.
Yeah, great break there for Alex. And look at the average. I mean, 104.16. I know it's kind of a, I guess, middle point for this match, but it's no easy best of 3 here or best of 5. It's first to 5 leg matchup.
Yeah, there's still time, right? And that's one thing where it's easy to get that tunnel vision in specific legs and making everything feel so important, every dart to feel so heavy. You have to remember, there's plenty of darts left to be thrown here, unless Alex Spellman keeps doing this. Finding a 180 on that one. I had to do the Will Stewart style 180. Had to get one.
That makes a second for the match here, and that is an unfortunate miss for Kevin Luke. 80 floor is what we call that. As Alex is all over it like a shark sniffing blood in the water.
And even though Alex does have those scowls when he has some of those misses and stuff like that, he is a pretty unfazed player, all things considered. Like, he's able to keep that cool. You don't see him do those big over-the-top celebrations for the most part. You see him just try to find that cruise control speed, and he does a pretty good job of finding those strides.
I still hate it. I still hate the scouts, but gosh, does it work out for him. Look at this, man. He is just non-stop. What a display. Look at him. He's like, why would you even do that? He goes 162 and doesn't throw 3 trip 18s. He throws the untraditional route.
That's very
And look at him leave
untraditional.
double 8 for a 13.
The man is feeling good. Does get the 4-1 advantage on match point. Kevin Luke is kind of just having a laugh about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kevin Luke would say his average is a little bit higher than where he's currently at 81, but he's not throwing particularly bad. He's just not getting many shots from Alex Spellman at the moment.
Who throws a 1.62 like that?
Alex Spellman does. He's like doing trick shots for us a little bit here.
This is a clippable ×7 match. We'll just clip everything from Alex here.
This is starting to feel like the Alex Spellman International Tournament with how well he's throwing.
Wow.
But that's how that works, right? I mean, you look at some of these players, and all these guys have a chance of making the run and doing good. But you got to admit, Alex Spellman's form coming into this day one is looking like it's pristine.
No, I mean, the talent's there. I mean, you got Danny, you got Kevin, you've got Leonard Gage. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, this is usually a tournament that pulls in a little bit of a talent pool. I mean, you got Norman Madu down there, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Going to be a part of the World Cup team for Ghana.
Speaking of World Cup, you normally do see Danny Lobby Jr. out here. He is not going to be able to make it to this one. He is already getting ready for the World Cup with Jules Van Dongen. USA being seeded this year, number 16 seed.
Yeah, they've got a good group here. I think they've got a winnable group. We'll see. You never know what can happen. But Portugal and Italy, if I'm not mistaken.
And they just got to play like real G's, move in silence like lasagna.
Get out of here, butter. Get out of here. All righty. How about this? Utilizes the bull, sets himself up with a 24 shot to win the match. And once again, it sets it up with another 13 potential.
Going to be going over to the 6 now. Does grab it there, 5-1 in very impressive fashion. You can see Kevin Luke has nothing but respect for Spellman on that performance.
105.21. That, folks, was 5 14-dart legs and a 16-darter from Kevin Luke.
Yeah, not
That
bad.
is what won that match. Not bad. Get out of here. And then he just throws a couple of trip 20s for fun. That was filthy.
Do you want to give a shout out? You can see Maddox Williams there. That was the chalker for this match. So big shout out to Maddox as always for helping out these guys and doing some good stuff. But all right, well, we're going to take a moment here, figure out what match is coming up next, and we'll get some more of Will the Thrill Stewart and Nick, the very average friend. I couldn't think of something there. We'll be right back, guys, after a brief moment. All righty, and here we go for a semifinal matchup once again. Danny Baggish, longtime ex-commentator, going up against Leonard Gates, full-time pro player. I'm Nick Teixeira, joined by Will Stewart for this one as I struggle to get through every single one of those words.
Man, Danny's going to be upset at you for that one.
He's upset at me all the time. It's actually kind of our friendship between Danny and I. He gets mad at me for things I say, and I don't let him near my microphone to say anything back.
He keeps trying to jump back into that commentary booth. Let me tell you, I keep pushing him to continue to play. Good 140 there from Danny.
Danny was not actually set up to play this event up until about a week or two ago, from my understanding. He happened to just do a couple of reach outs and ended up finding some good partners. He's like, well, I got some good partners. Might as well go ahead and go throw and have some fun. And, 2.5, 3 hour drive, not too bad. A little bit haywire on that go there for him, though.
Yeah, this is going to be, should start to spark some fire here. Come on now, boys. A little bit of struggles from Danny there.
When we're watching this, right, we're going to be thinking, who has the form to beat Alex Spellman right now? And I don't normally like phrasing things like that and making one guy go on a pedestal. But so far, Alex Spellman, every single time we've seen him on the stream board today, has just been lighting it up and playing on that A+ game standard. And these guys know that they're going to have their hands full, and they're going to have their hands full now, let alone then.
Well, they already are worse off than Alex Spellman.
You're not a fooling there.
Yeah, Alex just, wow. That was quite the performance there. He's going to be tough in this match. That is your women's semifinal behind this one with Paula behind her opponent, I should say, as they try to decide a winner there. Winner will play Tammy Dauber in the finals.
Oh, look at that from Leonard Gates, finding the Shanghai to be able to grab that leg there. And that was a big hit indeed for him. Getting things off at leg number 2, Danny, to start, and start strong he does.
Yeah, good 140 opener, but yeah, what a check. 120 finish for LG, Leonard Gates.
The man of many nicknames.
This is probably the longest stint of me not seeing Leonard. I mean, it seems like every freaking weekend I'm seeing him most of the time when I'm on my travels, but of late,
I'm gonna be honest. I always don't mind seeing Leonard Gates. I always have a good conversation with him, but every time I see Ginger now, she just talks about my dancing. Ever since NDA Vegas, and it hurts my soul. Will it does?
When you dance as bad as you, man, dude, you can't think of anything else but that.
No, and I get it. I get that I have 2 left feet and I look like the bad guy won in Footloose, but still,
dude, you got 2 left feet is an understatement. Like, ooh.
All right, I get it, Will. I get it. You don't have to like triple down on my bad dancing here. But he's right though, guys.
Trying to hammer down.
141 is the look. Started the 19s first. Does get himself teed up pretty kindly there, though. DB looking pretty fine against LG. Gates just trying to continue to work his way in on a setup here. Needs a big find on the last. Does find a big find on the last there. Put some pressure on the 78.
Yeah, but Danny should take advantage here. Getting 1 dart at the tops. Tough to work around that dart, though. Tough to work around, and it'll go back to Gates.
81 now going to go switch downstairs. Took us a quick second there. Almost second-guessed himself.
57 would be the route.
You can tell he broke his own rhythm there a little bit by that reaction. He kind of threw that first dart and almost kind of expecting it to go in and took that quick second and kind of broke his own rhythm. Danny Baggish not going to waste any time. Does grab the double top to make it a 1-all affair and a hole to throw back and forth. I mean, it's something hard to deal with, right? I mean, if you're Danny, right, and someone that used to play, full time, used to have a PDC tour card, he always expects himself to play at that standard, but he doesn't play nearly as much as he did during that time period. It's something that it is a true battle of self there to try to remind yourself, hey, it's okay. Sometimes the B or C game will rear its head, but you can always tune back into that A game.
Yeah, he's still got that PDC mindset where he needs to average a certain amount for him to be satisfied, and he doesn't have to do that necessarily here. I mean, he can still get away with a couple rounds of questionable darts and then make his trek onto the finals potentially like he's doing here. I mean, semifinals averaging a 77, 74 now, let's be honest. That ain't going to happen overseas. So he's been there. He knows. But both these guys are not going to be happy with what they're averaging right now.
Certainly not.
They definitely want more.
Well, Gates here at 302 does start on the 18s. Back to the 20 there. Big hit indeed for Leonard Gates. Oh, no, it wasn't in the trip. I thought the last one was good. So Leonard Gates going to continue to check away here. Will be the first one at a finish.
Ooh, Danny trying to attack that triple 18. One or two of them.
So 114 can still go. Still on for the shot. Was going to trip 18 for double top. Now just going to have to tee up. Not going to particularly set himself up as much as he would want to. 105 now to look for DB. Over to the 15s.
Ooh.
Got to tee up as well.
He shrugs it off, knowing, is what it is. Goes back to Leonard. 72 is looking for the 216s to leave top. That is 24, it looks like.
So now Danny will get 2 darts for the double to have a break a throw here.
That difficult or no? That could be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that first dart at all.
LG just peppering the outside and going high, hitting the double 8 there. And earlier when we saw him on the stream, as Danny Baggage is going to try to get this double 10 in, going up to double 5, does get it there. But yeah, Leonard Gates earlier, his finishing was very efficient. Not, and this one was having some double trouble, and you can't afford to do that in a matchup like this.
Let's be honest, a 24 dart leg, who predicted that?
I'll be honest, I would have taken the under, not the over. Now, Will, if you're Alex Spellman here, first off, congratulations on being a really good dart player. But second off, would you be watching this match right now to see who plays you, or would you be going and trying to clear your head somewhere? What would you be doing right now if you're Alex?
If I that they're playing this bad, I wouldn't care. Big 180 from Danny, but no, knowing Alex, he's probably off somewhere, chucking, having a chuck by himself, or talking. He could be chit chatting with somebody.
They did find a big 180 in this game so far. Starting to raise up that scoring power just a little bit there on the finish at 138. Gates well behind. Going to have to try to close the distance, but can't even leave himself on a finish this go. That does help the cause, but no immediate pressure. 6 for 138. Yeah, solid darts there from Baggish.
Tops for the 3-1. Good marker.
Oh, and he does get it in there. It was almost too good of a marker where that second dart lied, but was able to get it there.
Yeah, good darts there from Danny. Up to Leonard to make a stand here as he gets the start in this leg. Is that in there? Nope. 85.
Danny started to find some momentum here.
Didn't have to make the long trek to this tournament. I think he lives near you, if I'm not mistaken. So about 3 hours away.
About 3 hours. So it's 3.5 for me. He's a little bit closer to that side of the Florida there, more in the central part there. So, yeah, over in that Winter Haven area. Did bring the Nikki here and did bring the kiddos as well. So got the whole family over here for this one.
Yeah, I did see her in the background. Good little family vacay opportunity.
Look at this. So far, Danny's doing a pretty good job of maintaining control in this. And you see Danny slowly raising that standard back to where we would expect him to be. I'm curious to see if Gates is going to do the same, because right now he's still kind of maintaining on that same plateau. It's going to be a tall task, but Gates knows he can't let this go to 4-1. If it goes to 4-1, it's, for all intents and purposes, probably over.
Yeah, I would agree with that one. I would definitely agree with that one. We'll see if he can pop this 1-4-2 opportunity. Not this time. Or not today, Junior.
Not today. Sometimes I just repeat what you say so it acts like I know the reference.
Yes, I mean, and you don't. I totally get it. Oh, got to go for it, Danny.
Take a moment to
I'm going to be
recompose
honest
himself.
with you. Danny hates this. Danny hates not getting a look at the outer ring.
Which is funny because of how much he does like utilizing the bull otherwise.
He's a percentage guy. He'd rather have a shot at the outer ring than the bull, and I know that because he told me specifically. But Gates, on the other hand, he'll take any opportunity he can to win a leg, and there you go. Cash money, homie.
He took that check, signed, sealed, and delivered it. But Danny here, not going to mess around at all. You can see he was quick to go up to the line. He's trying to find that pace and rhythm. And on top of that, he's going to feel like he kind of gave away a leg there that he was trying to steal from Leonard Gates. So there's going to be some good battling in this one. Both these players off to the races.
Well, they know that there's a spot in the final on the line here. Who's going to take on Alex Spellman for some good money?
Yeah, first place prize, $420. The funny number for the prize.
Not bad for a opening pro shoot. Just kind of kicking off the event here. They still have the draw this evening. A little bit easier evening for you production crews. You can go out and have a good bite to eat tonight. Get ready for the weekend.
Well, at the pace we're going, I'm going to be in the draw.
Of course you would. Of course you would. The draw is at 9 p.m. local time, so just a reminder of that if you want to get in the mix.
Yeah, I want to save last place for someone else. I'm not going to do that to whoever I would get as a partner.
Danny, only 60 scored. Going to have to capitalize on the Shanghai, it looks like. And Leonard's going to lay in a nice 140. Yeah, gotta have this if you're Danny.
Good
for
first
3-3.
start. Not going to go.
We're 3-3 here. New match.
Yeah, new match indeed. You're basically playing a best of 3 at this point, assuming Gates gets this. Of course, Gates does. So, yeah, a best of 3.
Yeah, Gates going to capitalize. Good 14 for him.
You can see
it should. Yep, he's going to get the throw. I was about to say, it should be his throw.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big-time advantage. Look at him go.
Woo! When I said, is Gator going to start continuing to raise that average and kind of get back to that standard, he has done a good job. I mean, he was hanging out in the low 70s and has got his way back up to the low 80s, and you expect this to continue to go on and continue to go on and on indeed.
Gator don't play.
Gator don't play.
Gator don't play.
And Danny kind of regressing a little bit after finding his stride. Just pedestrian 60, not on a finish here. So it does leave Danny a chance to kind of close this gap a little bit. But the momentum has definitely shifted, and Danny knows it. I mean, you can see it on his face, right? There's a look of visible frustration even when he finds a 140.
Good 1-3-4. Sets himself up with the 44 look. Yeah, great answer from Danny. Add some pressure, but I'm going to be honest. I think this goes 12-32. Another 14.
And that's the standard of which it has to be. Now, this is closer. These last 3 legs we've seen is a lot closer to standard that needs to be done. As does go for the cover shot on the last start there for Baggish, 139 to get things going here. And Leonard Gates is on match point. He wants to get this done now and try to get this break a throw. Now with a start like that, he's having some breakfast of the English variety. Yeah, Gates is starting to cool off just a little bit here. Not going to be happy with that visit. Baggish chucking away on a finish after 9. The 167 will not have to go. Gates all the way back at 424.
Yeah, this is looking more and more like a last leg decider here.
I'm not going to complain about some extra darts between these two. Longtime partners, longtime friends. Seen them at many tournaments together. Of course, this famous duo did beat me in the Space Coast tournament back in 2018, and that was a big deal. Probably not, but it was a big deal for me. And a good tee up there for Baggish. 92 on the turn.
Yeah, great tee up indeed. Leaving the 32 look.
Gets it in 1, so we are on to a last leg decider here. It's 4-4. Guys, let us know. Danny Baggish, Leonard Gates, who you cheering for in this one? Who do you want to see go to the finals to play Alex Spellman in what is a star-studded final here? PDC-style diddle there, so it is going to be a single bull there.
You can see in the background, Spellman kind of keeping his eye on this match, but warming up.
Another single, and you can tell Danny was a little frustrated. He really wanted to get that double in. Same spot where Danny's dart was. Pretty good diddle. Run out of darts.
I'd say. I guarantee nobody's going to take the Dirk Van Duijvenbode look at this.
Did you see that from Gates? He's like, I got more darts, don't worry. He had a second set of darts on the side. That's funny.
Well, I was saying the other day, Alan Suter, when he won his title, he beat Dirk Van Duijvenbode, and Dirk just got tired of the diddles and like threw purposely at the 20 after like 5 turns.
He's like, I guess I lose the diddle. Oh, and that's the first one missing a bull there. Big dart here for Danny Baggish. Does get it in there for DB against LG. Here we go.
Yeah, who's going to win this? Who's going to win this title here? Yeah, look at the crowd kind of keeping their eye on this one.
Well, here we go. It's all about the pace that Danny sets here. He needs to find that 100 start, right? If you find a 60 or less, it's going to feel like you didn't take advantage after all that hard work in the diddle. So Gates is going to try to punish. And does get a little bit of ground. Not enough to fully take the advantage away, but enough to get Danny Baggish on alert. Dead center on that first start there for Gates. How about a 140 there?
Yeah, this is some good back and forth here, but Danny's got to put something in. Got to get a ton at least, and you can see the look of stress on his face there as he knows Gates now has a clear opportunity.
On top of the fact that Danny's next shot has to be perfection, right? You can't get away with a 140 on this next look. It has to be a 145 or more. So if he hits another trip here, he has to go bullseye. Does go the bull there. Now going back up to the trip. I don't know why he took it on the second dart, though. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, kind of. Well, he figured if he gets the bull there, then it's a little bit different. He gets that single bit, and then he knows he needs another.
Oh, well, there's going to be a slight opening.
Still a little bit interesting there. Yeah.
Danny was looking for a clean ton there. He's going to just try to make sure he leaves a finish now and does have a big last dart there. But 118 will be the look for Leonard Gates for the match here.
Will we go 18s or will he go 20s first? He goes 18, so trip 20 for tops, and Spellman's looking on.
He said, wow.
That was way off. Yeah, it was way off for him.
Well, a champagne shot for Danny Baggish. He did hit a lot of single bulls, so that's good for the diddle. Good practice for this shot. Doesn't stick. Oh, that's frustrating. That is frustrating. That was a single bull, too.
You think that was a single? It looked like
I thought it was a
double
single
to me. Could have been that red bit, but hey.
In either case, it was a bit he wanted to be a part of, and you could tell how deflating that was after, because the shot is no longer on. Leonard Gates gets 3 clear now at a double 19 for the match. Does decide to split over to double 16. Gets it there, and yeah, Danny's going to feel like the board cheated him just a little bit there, but he also knows that was a valiant effort at this nonetheless. A 5-4 win for Leonard Gates to play Alex Spellman in the finals here. Wow, Will, what do you think?
Yeah, going to be an epic final there on the men's front. Let me check here. I wonder if we're going to get the ladies as well. We should. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get ladies and men's final, as they have not called the ladies yet, at least from what I'm seeing here on Dart Connect. So hang tight. Another great one coming your way here next.
We'll be right back, guys.
Ladies, singles, this is the final match. Please this is going to be best of 9, ladies. It's Tammy Dogger and Paula Murphy on board number 1. Finals match. If I could please.
You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you. And all the fake friends just keep pretending. That's how the little things get huge. Paralyzing every part. Oh, you feel it taking over you. To the center of your core.
And singles, this is the match. Best of 11. On board 41. Alex Spellman against Leonard Gates. Soldier and Alex up. One.
Baby.
Alrighty, guys, here we go. We got a great ladies final in front of us here. Paula Murphy and Tammy Dauber for what should be a phenomenal showing here. A best of 9 race to 5. I'm Nick Teixeira, joined by Will the Thrill Stewart and, of course, Jeff McMahon on the ones and twos. Excited to be bringing coverage of this one.
Yeah, and we'll be front and honest with you right off the bat. As you can see behind them, Leonard Gates, Alex Spellman playing on an opposite board, and that's kind of a bummer. But here's the facts: is the tournament crew run who gets the boards and whatnot. They chose the women to come over here, which is perfectly fine. Excited to see a great women's final. We did try to potentially stop that match and make it happen, but it looks like there's maybe a reservation in place that may halt that. So certain time frame that they're trying to get out by, which is unfortunate, but we totally understand. And we don't require them to play or hold their match. So, hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. It's a bummer. That's an exciting final, but we're going to see this one instead.
Yeah, exactly. And don't get me wrong, I am happy to see our ladies. Of course, we did have a chance to talk with them, but at the end of the day, we're here to bring on whatever the tournament is able to give to us, and we bring it to the best of our ability. And right now, these ladies deserve our best, and they're going to give us their best as well. I'm looking forward to a good matchup here.
Yeah, we do have a good rapport with our players too, so we would say that both with Leonard and with Alex, and they'll do anything for us that they can. I mean, just simply asking does a lot for those guys. But yeah, we totally understand circumstances and whatnot. So, Hey, we'll get to this one. How about Paula Murphy taking on Tammy Dauber in this one? Tammy from my neck of the woods. She's actually in Hayes, Kansas, if I'm not mistaken, around Hayes.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. Surprise, surprise. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, she's from my neck of the woods. She makes a lot of tournaments. And she has to make a good drive to get to tournaments, too. So Hayes is 2 hours from Kansas City, 3 hours or 2.5 hours from me.
So it's
and
out there.
Those are the two closest airports to her.
Well, when there's a dedication, it doesn't feel like a lot of travel because you're so focused on getting to the event anyway. So, some people are just built different like that. I know for a fact if I have to get more than a 40-minute drive to the airport, I'm like, come on, what's going on here? I'm ready to get going. Get me on the plane. Tammy trying to get herself to an out here. Not be able to do so on this visit. Paula will have 6 for 156.
Yeah, if Tammy knows she's in for a tough one here with Paula. We all know what Paula's capable of, but anybody can be beaten.
Oh, absolutely, and Paula would be the one to tell you. I mean, she's someone that is in the last couple months has not played to the standard of which she would want to play at, and she's been trying to get to that same groove, same standard, and really show the waves of what she can do. I mean, we've seen her do some waves over at the WDF overseas in the past, and of course, doing waves over here in North America for a long time. Other notable women in the room, I mean, we have Sandy Hudson, Kim Pantai, and then a couple of others as well. And there, of course, we saw Brittany Trumper hit a huge 155 out earlier.
Tammy outside looking in here with 178. Unfortunately, will not add enough pressure for Paula, I feel. Interesting going 19s. Interesting going 19s.
She loves them.
38 for 32.
Normally the shot there would be a trip 10 for double top or 215s for double top, but Paula's just one of those players and she's always been like that. She's always like the 19s in the bottom of the board in general. It's just kind of a comfort area for her. 80 scored there for Tammy. Does help put some pressure on this, but no pressure found. Paula Murphy, 32-1 dart. Nice and easy there. Rocking those. She always has rocked those teardrop flights there. Normally they have some type of dolphin on them. That's always been her shtick for how she likes her darts.
Just taking a look here. It's a 2-0 advantage for Alex Spellman right now over Leonard Gates. Currently throwing a 100 average compared to Gates' 85.
So glad to hear Spellman is continuing with his dominant form. Yeah, I mean, he's just one of those guys where when he feels it, he just knows. I mean, he's very analytical with his own throw, right? He's someone that's very hyper conscious of every aspect of it. And in fact, I would almost always advise for someone else to be less conscious about their throw and kind of just trust the motions a little bit more, because it's one of those, you have to know every facet of your game to be able to do what he does, and he does it so well. And that's what makes him a great dart coach as well with the Anubis Academy. Opening here for Paula to relinquish the throw away from Tammy. And Tammy feels a little bit frustrated because her first go really was a 140 that fell out into being an 80 with one of those darts not being able to stick.
Opportunity for Tammy here. Keep out in front. Gotta find a triple.
You can tell Tammy hasn't exactly settled into where she wants to be yet. Some of those darts are clicking dead on where she wants to be, and some are kind of escaping her just a little bit. It's one of those things where you don't get too much time against Paula to figure out your form. So, of course, I do know a lot of people have a very pressing question that needs to be answered. Is Mr. Jigglesworth the stuffed animal that she brings around to tournaments, or Bigglesworth, excuse me, is she hasn't been bringing him around lately. And last time I saw her at a tournament, I said, "Hey, Paula, you know, why don't you bring around Bigglesworth?" And she's like, "I'm tired of people stealing him and taking selfies, and then feels like a scavenger hunt for my own stuffed animal." So that is why that trend had stopped temporarily, I found out.
Apparently they're getting married this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Her 2 stuffed animals. So there you go.
There we go. Tammy needs to find a ton here to try to close that gap a little bit. Again, this is a throw where it feels like she's trying really hard to break, even though it's her own to try to hold. Paula's just been doing a good job with the consistency in this so far. While there hasn't been a big electric shot every round, she's going up there and collecting usually at least 1 treble. And if not, she's hitting 3 big singles. Big last start there for the 95 from Paula Murphy.
Yeah, that's a unfortunate one there.
Paul electing to not use the bull here on the 1-3-2, and there's no need to with Tammy back at 2-3-3. Although I will say the champagne shot will always be my favorite to try to shoot at, so I always encourage the swing at it.
So you're trying to go downstairs. I think she should. I don't know. I think you should continue to give that a go there. You should try to find a number here that's going to work out for you.
Yeah, just one of those things where Tammy, she has to experiment with some of these different options to get herself in a more advantageous position. Double 16 doesn't go, but will return. Yeah, not going to be happy there. She was going for that big single 12 there to leave tops. which is interesting. She likes 19s, but would leave tops there. You almost would expect her to set up for doubles on the bottom of the board. Well, Paula Murphy to make a 2-0 lead against Tammy Dauber. Does get it there. Paula Murphy, 2-0. Tammy's going to want to take a moment here to try to just get herself settled in. She's not far off. It just, you can tell the frustration of the moment's kind of getting to her a little bit. In the moment where she kind of loosens those shoulders just a little bit, darts can start flying a lot straighter. I like Paula right here.
There's Tammy trying to gather a big number there. Starts off with an 85.
Yeah, definitely a good improvement there as far as her grouping and stuff. And that's the difference, is you don't need every dart to hit every time. No one does. It's just about making those misses feel like they're not big misses, but small misses.
Finds it again. There we go. Big hit. Starting to collect here. Just a little reminder. Yeah, you can see the crowd grows behind them. It's a 4-1 scoreline to Alex right now. Yeah, we did have a couple comments. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't control all the matches that come to our board here, folks. So just a reminder of that one.
Just
we
remember,
did try to hold that match, but little reservation kind of makes things difficult. So yeah, play on, boys, play on.
and remember, we're just silly little streamer guys. We're just trying our best to bring you fun content. We'll say right now, Alex Spellman with continuing his form. Of course, if you guys do want to see matches, and not even just in this scenario, but for the rest of the weekend, all those matches, every board that does have tablets this year here at the Cherry Bomb International. So you'll be able to follow everything on Dart Connect. If you're not familiar, just go over to Dart Connect TV, and you'll be able to watch every single one once you select the respective event that you're trying to view. You can get play-by-play, dart-by-dart coverage with it.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and throw that in the chat for you folks.
.161 is the shot here for Paula. Doesn't need to go, though, so you expect her to almost tee it up. Good last start there for Murphy. And so far has just been so steady, and Tammy has been starting to rise to the occasion here. She just needs to get settled, and you almost feel like once it hits that 3-0, 4-0 range, it starts to get too out of hand, but she's still within striking distance, and she is just one or two good turns away from really starting to flip the script. You have to have that.
She's starting to click here, but Paula's starting to pick it up as well.
That's something you'll notice with these top shots, right, is that they will have these moments where when, one starts picking up their game, the other just falls in suit as well, and you don't usually see one on a total breakaway after coming from behind. So, if anything, Tammy knows she's in for the long haul in this match, and Paula's just trying to make sure it doesn't get to the long haul. Still on for the shot here. Needs to regroup. Trip 18 for double 18. Was going trip 20 for double 15. Double top for Miss Murphy.
Yeah, for a 3-0 advantage.
And does get it in there. So Paula Murphy, 3-0 so far.
Yeah, good shots there from Paula.
Well, here we go. Continuing on. Tammy Dauber. Oh, she's clicking the wires. Her darts are getting way tighter in her grouping. She can't let a miss like that frustrate her, especially when it was basically clicking right on where the first dart was. You know what's interesting to note here, Will, and I'm curious your opinion on this, but what we've seen more and more is Paula Murphy. Hold on a second. Paula said, Nick, can you stop talking? I'm going to hit a 180 to start off this leg.
There we go. Big hit for her.
Wow.
Big opener.
We've noticed more and more, and for a long time I felt like Steel Tip had not gone to the switch from a player starting to use those Fit Flight L-style systems or even those one-piece systems. And now, I would say today, a majority, if not all the players have been using either a molded system or a one-piece system.
I would say across the board, your standard for flights is kind of changed. I mean, you're looking at the European market. They definitely have seen that rise in the molded systems rather than the folded. There for a while, people were like, why would I use that? It just doesn't make sense. It's too heavy. And now they see that, oh, this product is good. I can definitely use this, and I feel like I have more control over my dart and whatnot. So yeah, whatever you fancy, there's a product that's probably going to work for you.
And I can't recite which pro said this to me, but I was talking to a high-level pro player, and they were talking about how lately they've started using the one-piece systems, as it looks like Alex Spellman might have just gotten done. I heard some clapping in the room.
6-2 win there
For Alex Spellman, so congratulations.
101 average there for Alex. Yes, trust me, we, of all people, we wanted that match on the stream, folks, and we wanted it to be held.
We wanted both.
Or vice versa. I mean, play that one and then play this one after it. But you gotta understand, and we do what we can to try to make things happen. And unfortunately, sometimes they don't work out, and that's what happened here. So
let's be honest. We purposely didn't put them on the stream because we hate all of you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Everybody.
Get out of here! Don't do that.
Stop that. Stop. You need help.
Stop it. But this is a good display we're seeing from Paula right now. 70.04, and she continues to put in good rounds.
Yeah, Tammy's going to have to put a little bit of pressure on this and make sure she leaves herself a finish. It doesn't matter what that finish is. You just have to have your opponent thinking, okay, if I don't hit this, they get a swing.
Paula's definitely going to get a swing and then some.
We saw her go the 19s last time on 70. Will she do it again?
Yeah, she will. 2 fat 19s. Well, that's what she tried to do.
13
not
for
pressured
bull
to go
doesn't
for
need.
yeah. Not pressured to go for the bull here.
She might tee up on this last start. She's debating what she wants to do. She's head bopping to the music for sure. Yeah, it does tee up on 32 there. And she says by the board mic, she says, I'm just laying up. So Tammy here needs to get an outside shot. That's a good first start on this campaign. .96 there, good scoring round, but it might be too little too late. 3 clear for Paula Murphy. Clicks the wire there. Going over to the double 8. Over to the 4s. Give it to her. Not quite, and all those starts were hugging the wires too. So this is what Tammy was waiting for, right? This is what I was accounting for, is the 1-2-1 shot here. You left yourself the opportunity. You need to seize it. Starting at the 20s first. Over to the 17s for Bull. Bullseye. Oh, got a little bit away from her there. Not quite. Paula Murphy here. 3 clear at 8. And pulls it down. So Tammy here, another shot now at 37 to get a leg on the board. She needs this. It's a confidence-building shot right here. Getting that first leg is the hardest one to get. Can she do it?
5
darts
for
for
32. I think that went inside. It definitely did.
See if Paula's doubles troubles are continuing. Seems like it, but that's not a bad dart. That's a little awkward now. Can she get it in? She cannot. So here we go. Another shot here for Tammy Dauber to sneak this leg in here. And again, it's that first leg. You get that one. It helps loosen up everything else. It makes it feel like you're just playing back at the house once you get that first leg. You're not thinking about it as much. And she does drill that double dead center there. So on the board for Tammy Dauber. Not going quietly into the night. And in fact, still has some hopes to be able to make this one happen. They're having some laughs over here. You can see them interacting with the crowd a little bit. You love it. And these girls are having a good time regardless.
Yeah, definitely. So a little bump in the road there for Paula. Go for Tammy to take advantage and gather that leg. And that's one. Now you start chopping at the tree.
That is true. Like a lumberjack in the woods. I don't know. I'm
Good
trying to think
start
of times to chop down trees. That was the one I got.
We'll just start off with a nice ton.
And you have to admit that Tammy's getting a lot closer on the margins here. And you could tell just from the fact that she was keeping herself alive in that leg. But more importantly, I mean, this is a pretty interesting showing from everybody here. Hugging the wire for Tammy. Does hit the cover shot, though. Good switch for her.
Yeah. Unfortunate round for Paula. It's a little bit more difficult.
It gives Tammy a chance here to take the throw away from Paula. If you're going to miss by 2, though. Nothing wrong with that. Do want to give a shout out our chalker here, FKL, Friendly Kevin Luke.
Of course. I know him.
He chalked the last one, too, with the boys on the stream there. And decided to stay on for the ladies. So, do got to give some respect there for that. I do love when people like Maddox Williams earlier and whoever else we have had on chalking today. It's always good to see someone step up to the occasion on it. In the past, Will and I mean, you and I at some other events, I know at DPFL, I chalked for Jules versus Jim Wood, and boy, they were throwing faster than I could count. And then you chalked over there for a couple of matches. It's always nice to have your match where you don't have to worry about doing the scorekeeping as much. You can focus just on playing the game.
10 minutes and we're closing.
Yeah, for sure.
Blind draw.
Paula. Another one.
Another
Fill it up.
one. Look at that.
Does just that. Fills it up.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Her second of the match.
Did just hear over the radio there. 10 minutes left in signups for the blind draw if you're in the building. So if you're watching from your room, better go sign up. As I'm half tempted. I'm half tempted.
Go sign up.
Sign up right now. Double 10. Well outside for it. Needs to work that one in. And doesn't quite get it yet. Again, no immediate pressure. Tammy here, the reason she wants to leave it out, not only, again, for that outside opportunity, but to force Paula into considering if she should split the 10 or not. If Tammy's on a finish, the split doesn't sound as appetizing.
Exactly.
And that will do. That'll leave her on a 1-4-8. So now it makes Paula have to consider, does she want to go right at it? Does she want to split this up? Double 4. Good marker. Can work in from there. Does do so and gets a 4-1 advantage in a race to 5 on match point for Paula Murphy.
Yeah, great shot there from Paula. Cleans it up. One leg away from a title here at Cherry Bomb, and it's just an opening title in the ladies pro singles. What is that, 350 for first?
Yep, 350 for first. She was also your USSDA women's winner earlier today as well. So Alex Spellman 2 for 2. Paula Murphy trying to do the same.
There we go.
Just a pedestrian 60 for both the ladies to get things going here. You can tell, Tammy's numbers have been slowly going up. I mean, she really isn't far off. The scoreline's not really being favorable to her at the moment. It's just more so some misconnections and some wrong wiring.
Good question. How many boards do they got this year at this tournament?
43.
Oh, so do they extend, or is that mirror still in play?
The mirror is still in play, so don't worry. It does make the room look a lot bigger. But so it's 43 boards in the main room here. But then you also have an additional 16 or so boards, 8 or so. I don't know exactly how many, but in the youth room. So remember, this tournament has a whole separate room just for youth players and practice room.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So it's closer to closer to about 60 boards.
Pretty hefty, honestly. And you can tell they're the older style wooden boards, so pretty hefty as well on the weight front.
Honestly, you could be talking about the stanchions, you could be talking about me, Will. Couldn't tell the difference in that statement.
Touche. Just kidding.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Tammy finding 100 here, and she's in control of this leg so far. Taking a good use of her throw. Paul Murphy going to need to load it up here to close the gap. Not going to be able to do so. So what can Tammy do when she's in the driver's seat? This is going to be the question to be had here.
Oh, did she? Nope, not quite. Thought she might have got one there.
It looked good. Good correction there for Paula. But Tammy well out in front so far. 136 will be the look. Going to be starting right at those 20s. Two big ones will get a shot for the double 8. Just needs to focus on staying true here. 60's perfectly fine because it leaves you 76, a nice 2-dart grab. Does do so. So Paula going to try to put pressure by leaving a finish for herself here. Oh, kick the fight off.
Yeah, still able to at least whittle stuff down, but yeah, it's not enough to give her a checkout opportunity. So 6 from 76 for Tammy.
We've seen some double trouble in the past, but we haven't seen Tammy do it from in front here. We'll see what she's able to do. 75 left. Did go for the switch to the 17s there for 24. Didn't get it all the way to where she wanted it to be, though. So Paula can really make this one feel heavy. Looking for about a ton. Anything else is extra credit. She's frustrated with that first darts lie. She didn't like that it went right into the triple one. She thought it was going right into the treble 20. Tammy Dauber, 54, to get her second leg on the board.
Ooh. Giving
Just
away
gets one.
opportunities here. But she collects. I was thinking, oh, you don't want to be missing the fat darts when you can have an opportunity at 2 times the doubles or multiple chances at the double, rather than just the one.
Absolutely. It's one of those things that can be costly and can really change the dichotomy of the game. Paula Murphy does go ahead and switch to the 19s here. Starts off pretty solid on him. Again, it won treble visits, especially going first. I mean, look at it in perspective-wise, right? I mean, if you're average, both these girls are in the 60s right now, give or take. And that means that you're averaging about 3 big singles or a treble and a miss, right? With that logic in mind, if you're holding throw and you're hitting at least a treble, anything else you hit is bonus at that point, and it puts more pressure on the other player. And that's what Paula's doing right now. Tammy also following in stride, though. Let's see what she's able to do if she can back up her 100 from the first 3 darts here.
Kind of sitting neck and neck here.
Yeah, Tammy throwing a little bit more than Paula in this one so far, but Paula has that going first advantage. This would be the first real strike if Tammy can continue the streak. She hit a ton and a ton. She would like a ton more tons, please. Good mark. Does do the switch there, getting 61, so slightly edging out in front. But Paula still controlling the game so far. Not going to be able to leave a finish from here. So big opportunity for Tammy. This is the round where you need to hit at least 100, right? I mean, 80 plus, but you need to leave a finish. You need to take advantage, and you need to get this to a 4-3 scenario. Once it's 4-3, it feels completely different, because then it's also a hold to bring it to a last leg.
Agreed. You got to collect there, and she leaves the 180, so not able to do it.
Good last start there for Paula Murphy. Does get her to a finish, and a Shanghai finish at that. So Tammy, again, staying true on the 20s here. You need to get at least 60. If you get that 60, you'll be doing just fine. Anything else will feel even better, though. Match darts in hand here for Paula.
Yeah. Can she put it away for a title?
Not on this go. So 120 will now be the look for Tammy. She said, what you see, I can do better. What you do, I can do better. You know what I meant. But it's not going to go either. Paula will get 3 darts now for 60. These girls are neck and neck going down to the wire here.
Paula 460. Hits the double first, so she'll have to go down to double 10.
Over to the double 10 now.
She seems like she does that all the time, I think.
I think she's
just
having
classic
a little bit of a
Paula
laugh.
style.
She likes to have a good time. Oh, now she has to shoot this double 5 for the match. That's 2 missed match starts there. Can Tammy make that be a little bit of a curse on Paula? Needs to be careful and tactful. Double top.
Okay, guys.
Ooh,
we
needs
are
to settle that dart.
finishing the blind draw.
Yeah, well above her intended target.
You are not running up to the sign up. This you will not be included. Sign ups Or the blind draw. Or
Will
quick
Paula
draw.
split and go 2? Or will she stay on it? Yeah, she'll split, go 2, or try to at least.
Yeah, but that's too many. So Tammy here needs this, needs it to go. Over to the double 10. Can work in from there. That's fine. But doesn't do it. Tammy's going to feel a little bit of frustration. It's so hard to put all that pressure on your shoulders to try to hit that dart, and you know it's a must hit. Paul here does get the 2 that time. 2 darts now. Have to go back over. She kind of put in an awkward spot.
Yeah, that's a difficult marker to work around, too.
And it kicks low. Who wants it more, ladies? One of you has to seize the day. Which one will it be?
Outside working in. Too far in.
Yeah, this is a big dart. And it clicks the wire. That was a well-thrown dart, too.
Oh, my.
Paula wants to finish this here. And she does finish it here. Paula Murphy does get it. 5-2 over Tammy Dauber. And what was a pretty dramatic final at the end of the day. Tammy starting to raise up that game and Paula having some struggles. But neither of those ladies are going to be particularly thrilled by the performance, but they're going to be happy for Paula for getting a 2-for-2 start to her weekend here at the Cherry Bomb International. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, I mean, kudos to Paula once again, getting the job done, and kudos to Tammy too. I mean, for her to fight and claw her way into the final and try to make a run here was something. So good stuff for both those ladies, and congrats to Alex Spellman for winning the men's title. We're gonna have more darts though coming your way from this event here sooner rather than later, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So tomorrow, looking at our schedule, we're going to be starting our stream at 11 a.m. there. First event does start at 10 a.m. Mixed cricket doubles at 10 a.m. At the 1 p.m. slot and the 1:30 slot, we got the men's and ladies doubles 5:01. And then at the 4:35 p.m. slot, the men's and ladies singles 01 there for our coverage. And, Will, I just want to say thank you for joining us in the booth here for a little bit. I know you're a big fan of USA Darts, so it's finally good to get you on the mic.
Thanks for having me, buddy. I appreciate it. No, thanks for letting me enjoy a little family time this weekend, you and Jeff, and hope you guys have a good one down there at Cherry Bomb. Maybe I'll join you on Sunday for a little bit more.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here. That will conclude our coverage for today. Join us tomorrow. Stream starts 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Nick Teixeira, joined by Will Stewart and Jeff McMahon. Have a good one, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.